Hi, I'm Phyllis and my website is southernfrugal.com. Today we're going to make another one of those half pies. We're using the Pet Ritz refrigerator pie crust again. It hadn't been sitting out quite 30 minutes, but maybe it'll be okay anyway. So this time we're going to add, let me turn y'all down. This time we're going to add some of the roast beef that I froze from a rump roast around the 1st of May. And it's, we've already had sandwiches out of it, and we had a meal out of it, and now we're going to have this in the pie. And so I took it out of the freezer and sliced it as thin as I could possibly slice it. So we're going to put that in this pie. All right, so we're going to take this out. See if it'll come out. There we go. I'm going to unroll this now. It hadn't been out of the refrigerator for 30 minutes yet, but maybe it'll be okay. Yeah, they're a little difficult to get unrolled when they're too cold, but maybe this will work. All right, so these are good meals to fix for people who work and people who are retired. Maybe it's just the two of you, or maybe you're just one, and then you could fix it and just cut it in half and have half of it one day and half of it another day. All right, so let me turn that around this way. So I've greased my pan just ever so slightly, because I definitely don't want this to stick. All right, so we're going to start out. Well, let me tell you about the vegetables first. This is mixed vegetables, just Great Value brand, 1 cup. I added 2 tablespoons of water and cooked these in the microwave for 4 minutes. The directions say to cook them a little longer than that, but they're going to cook some more in the crust. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put our meat out here. And this is going to be about 8 ounces of sliced, I'm just going to dump it all out, of sliced rump roast that was cooked much earlier in the month. So I want to leave me a little edge here too. Like that. Hopefully that's good enough. That looks like a lot of meat. It's just sliced really, really thin. The other thing we're going to use is some of the beef gravy. This is Great Value brand. We're going to use about half this can. So first I'm going to dump my vegetables right on top of that meat. Hopefully I can get all this on here. I'm going to have to use my hands to kind of spread out. And the vegetables are just ever the slightest bit still warm. So you definitely you don't want to put those on here hot, because I'm afraid it would mess up the crust probably. All right, and my oven is preheated to 425 degrees because I want to see how fast we can fix this. All right. So now we're just going to put some of this gravy right on top. I'm just going to spoon it over it. Now once it gets hot, of course, it's going to cook down into the meat too. We don't want to use too much though, because we don't want it to come running out anywhere. All right, that ought to do it. So I've used about 1/3 of the can. And the rest of it I'm going to use for the cream potatoes we're going to fix. I want that on the edge there. Push that back up a little bit. All right, so now we're just going to bring this crust over. Let it meet over here. Just mash it together. And we're going to use our fork and kind of crimp it together. Yeah, we're going to have some of the Hungry Jack mashed potatoes with this, and I think I've got some pineapple and cheese casserole. Now, can y'all see that? A little bit of that. I need to get that off. Yeah, because that gravy will cause that crust to not stick together if it gets in between there. So you want to avoid what I just did if you can. All right. Use this fork to just crimp that crust together. This is just like we've been making these before. This time we just use some leftover roast. You could use anything. I think I'm going to make another one this week where I use maybe smoked turkey and the vegetables. I think that would be really good. Yeah, so I put the gravy in so there'd be a little bit of moisture in there. All right. So now I'm just going to kind of roll that crust up a little bit. Just you want to make sure that you don't have any leaks. If you can avoid it, it would be much better. Oh, got the gravy on my shirt. Rolling it up. Like that. You want to make sure your fingernails don't pierce that crust or when you're using the fork. So I'm just going to do it one more time, lightly. Yeah, I love these crusts, I really do. Of course, homemade would be good, but if you're working and you don't have any time to make a homemade crust, I wouldn't think. All right, sure it's all down there. We're going to make some vents, and at first I want to kind of mash some of those vegetables down to the edge. All right, so we're going to make some little steam vents in the crust. Make sure you don't put them down too far on the edge because it will run out if you do. All right, 425 degrees, and we're going to see what this looks like after about 20 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to be fixing the potatoes, getting the salad ready, getting our tea ready, and I'm going to heat up some of this gravy in a little pot. All right, y'all, we'll be back. All right, we've just taken this out of the oven, and it cracked there. Let me turn that camera up. And right there, and I think that was to do with the gravy. So next time I make this, I'm going to put the gravy directly on the beef and then put the vegetables on top of that. So we're going to let this cool just a minute, then we're going to put it on the plate, and I've already got the salad, our little dessert, and the tea all ready, and so we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, we got it on the plates and we're ready to eat. It's still steaming hot. I did put the potatoes in the microwave to heat them up a little bit. So we got the pie. Let me see if y'all can see that with the vegetables and the beef and the gravy. It did split right there, and the other piece split too. Here is the pineapple. It's pineapple cheese and Ritz crackers. And I've got a recipe for that. I did a video sometime back. I'll see if I can find that. That's really our dessert. There's the salad, which is the organic baby greens with those crispy little cucumbers and some of the center part of celery, which I always save to really go on top of the salads because it's so crunchy. There are the potatoes and, of course, our iced tea. There's my plate. And I did give us a knife because we'll probably need to cut that beef some. Anyway, all right, y'all, we will see y'all next time. Bye for now.